Have you ever seen this statistic floating around? The median age of a first-time homebuyer has reached an all-time high of 40 years old. Well, what if I told you that number comes from just one source? And when you take a look at more sources, the story changes. According to a new Redfin analysis of U.S. Census Bureau data, the typical first-time homebuyer in 2025 was 35 years old, not 40, 35. That's actually down slightly from 36 last year and down from a peak of 38 in 2018. So why have we been hearing 40?
The NAR survey is administered through the mail, and the kind of person that opens their mail tends to be older, which is why that data skews upward in terms of age.
That's Redfin's chief economist, Daryl Fairweather.
Well, the census gives us a much more accurate read on what's happening nationally because more people respond to it. It just covers a lot more of the population.
Americans are buying their first homes later than they did a few decades ago. Homes have gotten more expensive, and young people are getting married and having kids later than their parents did. So we have to ask, why did the median age tick down slightly in 2025?
When interest rates went up in 2022, it made buying a home much less affordable than it was during the pandemic. And people who were able to buy homes were people who were wealthier, and older people tend to be wealthier. So that gave older people an advantage in the housing market. But in 2025, the market started to improve. It became more of a buyer's market. People who were borrowing money had an easier time getting their offers accepted, even when they were putting down smaller down payments. And it's usually younger people who are using smaller down payments who don't like competition, who can't outcompete wealthier buyers. So 2025, I think, was the beginning of it being just more favorable to typical younger home buyers, not just exclusively wealthy older home buyers dominating the market.
A recent Redfin survey showed nearly 1 in 5 millennials who recently bought a home received a cash gift from family for their down payment. About 15% of Gen Z buyers did too. Others sold investments or even tapped retirement savings. So yes, the typical first-time home buyer is in their mid-30s, not 40, but that doesn't mean it's easy.
Just because it got a little bit younger last year doesn't mean that mission accomplished in terms of making housing accessible and affordable. There's still a lot of work to do. One place that shows up in the data is that while Gen Z's homeownership rate improved last year, the Black homeownership rate amongst Gen Zers stayed flat. Even though the market is becoming more favorable to younger buyers, there are definitely still affordability issues and access issues that need to be addressed.
Want the full breakdown? It's live now on Redfin News.